Okay, we'll start with the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call. Corey Cole. Not here. Larry Daring,
Yes.
Tom Hilbert,
Here.
Dylan Pauly here, Norm Foley,
Yes.
Michelle Woodruff here, John Stender absent.
Okay, public meeting participation rules. One, please wait for the chair to acknowledge you before you speak. Two, begin by stating your name and address. Three, give us your comments, opinions, or questions on the issue being discussed. Four, to ensure that everyone has time to speak and that we can address other items on the agenda, we may limit an individual speaking time to 5 minutes. If time permits, we may allow one more additional time period to provide information. 5, be respectful of planning commission, applicant, and your neighbors. Thank you again for attending. Tom Hilbert. Adoption of agenda.
I move to adopt agenda.
Michelle,
We'll support.
Larry, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, minutes, approval of minutes, May 8th, 2023.
I make a motion to approve.
Or all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Approved. Okay, public comment. If you have anything that's not related to the case, now's the time to do that. If you're here for the case, then we'll here's where you're going. Okay, then we will motion to correspondence, motion to put open public comment. Okay,
I move to open public comment.
all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, now we will enter correspondence. Report number 05 that 2023. And ready you all.
I make a motion to receive and file it.
Support.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? New case number P at 05-23. Aldi Incorporated requests a site plan review for an Aldi's grocery store. Property is located at the northeast corner of M32 West and Crittenden Court. Parcels number 012-000-650-08 and 012-020-000-65009 in the general business B2 zone district.
I make a motion to open the public hearing.
I'll support.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay, we'll let you guys go first, and if you would
Good evening, my name is Chris Jankovich, 2183 Plus Drive, Brighton, Michigan, with Design Incorporated. And here tonight to request site plan approval for number 110. As was stated, this is located at Crittenden Court. This is lots 1 and 2. Crittenden Court, right at the northeast corner of the intersection with M32. It's a 2.3 acre site that is currently vacant. And these two parcels would be combined into a single parcel as part of the development. Taking a look at the site layout itself, see the building is here at the northwest corner, sorry, northeast corner of the site with parking to the west and south. We're proposing 92 parking spaces, including 3 curbside pickup spaces here on the west side of the building. And we have also made provisions for 3 future electric vehicle charging stations down at the southeast corner. Access will be provided from Crittenden Court, so there will not be any new curb cuts on M32. The stormwater runoff will be directed to a detention basin on the north side of the property, shown here along the north property line. That's then going to discharge to the existing drainage course, which is the Crittenden Court curb line. That's carbon shape. We'll be connecting to the municipal sewer system. The storm sewer system itself will be private, and then all the utilities and public utilities that we bring in the building will all be routed underground. The building itself is 20,161 square feet. And we have an entry vestibule here at the southwest corner of the building. Just to the left of the entrance here, you'll see the curtain closure. All the shopping carts will be stored in the curtain closure. There will not be any cart corrals within the parking area itself. And then all the shopping carts will utilize all these quarter deposit system. Assuming everybody's familiar with that. All right. Taking a look at the building itself. This will be a single-story steel frame structure with a masonry exterior. The gray areas shown on the elevations, that is a spec brick veneer, it's a chest blend that is provided on the board there. And then you will see these brown areas here, that is a DG hollow fiber cement board, cedar finish, that is shown on the left side of the material board. The silver areas above the entrance, that is a composite aluminum panel. So that is material A4, which is the large square block, with the remaining three items being the different trim and door paint for the building there. This top elevation, this here is the south elevation that's going to face towards M32. This is the north elevation and facing towards the rear. Here we have the west elevation, it's going to face Crittenden Court, and then that would be the east side of the building. The entry vestibule itself is all glass doors and windows. You see the window area here that's going to face M32, and then the door section here, that's then going to face Crittenden Court. You see the curtain closure through this area. There are windows on both sides of the curtain closures that allows the natural light into the store. And then along the south side, along M32, we have two more sections of windows here in each areas. We are proposing three signs for this project. We have a 30-foot pylon sign, 121 square feet, that will be midway along the M32 frontage. And then two building signs, they're each 75 square feet above the entry vestibule on both the south and west sides, facing the two streets and parking areas. So that's a quick overview of the project. Be happy to address any questions here. Yes, sir.
Number 110, is that 110? Number 110 store?
I wish it was that simple. Early on, they assigned numbers to certain regions of the state. Most of them have been filled, but at this very time, we are constructing store number 1 in Allendale. So they're not exactly fully ordered, but they are very close. Andrew probably tells exactly how much stores are in the state. 103.
103 in the state.
And it says, we're going usable, store, square footage, not over, square footage of parking, right? Yeah. You said 21,000, so.
Yeah, usable floor area as far as the sales floor is about 12,600.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. And then, so because you have a drive on M32, you. And that's. To the right of way, then beyond that, it's private, right? Is that how that Crittenden Court works, or is that, do you know if that's a?
Yes, Crittenden Court.
Okay.
That's my knowledge.
So we'll turn into all these from Crittenden Court.
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
So we don't need any, MDOT does not is not involved in.
Only for the sidewalk, storm drainage. We are doing a connector sidewalk because they have that pathway out front.
Yeah,
So,
that's, I like this, that's nice.
yeah, so we do have the connector sidewalk, so we have applied for that permit. I usually takes anywhere from 3 to 4 weeks.
Yeah, no, yeah, I'm glad it's, glad it's done.
This is the developer, for this property. Is it developer? No. Just a question, I would have been looking at this and there's no sidewalk down there. And sure be nice if we could get a sidewalk in there because we don't know what's gonna go. Somebody knows magic, I don't, but lots 8, 9, 7, 6, they don't know what's gonna go on those. Maybe it could be a restaurant that maybe or I mean, want to walk from their facility to another facility.
Well, let's put the sidewalk connector, we got 32, we can have it along frontage as far as we know, pretty bad court. That would be up to the Crittenden Court developer. From our standpoint, I know across our lot, it wouldn't be feasible, because of the ditch line between the parking lot and the road. We simply don't have the area to place that. And the ADA compliant because the.
Well, ideally, it would look like we're going on the west side of that because of the empty lots, not almost there. The other ones are just about filled and I don't think somebody's gonna walk to an electric store or another business that's closed.
Yeah, I haven't seen the site plan for the hotel. That's good. Yeah, I don't.
It was talked about, but I don't know if it's going any further or not. Just thought I'd bring that up because I think about, having somebody from there on walk across the street to your store, that'd be wonderful, but if there's something down the street you want to walk to or vice versa. Sure. Even for people, if there's another restaurant down there, also, but I want to bring that up. Thought maybe the building might be.
What's your timeline?
May start early this fall, late this fall, I should say. All depends on availability of materials. Lead times right now are a little sporadic, to say the least. So we're trying to find anything called mechanical equipment, steel lined up. It's very tricky. So that's going to lead construction time. That's like in a perfect world, possibly start sometime slow.
Okay.
What's anticipation completion?
Usually, once we start, sort opens up in about 6 months. If we did something over the winter, it may push closer to an 8-month window, depending on weather.
I assume that the ownership of that road is going to be responsibility of all the town, so that. I mean, I don't know that. Somebody's gonna maintain the road, I know that, but I was just wondering.
Oh.
Anyone else?
Is it a private road? You mean?
Yes.
I understand the road, right, take care of it. Then, when I get in the road, I take care of it.
Ryan,
Probably be, probably in the note,
Crittenden Court.
unless the wind buys a lot.
Oh, no, no.
Okay, no, that was just, that's not really gonna make or break this deal. And
No.
just, it's kind of, okay, anybody, audience have anything?
No. I make a motion to close the public hearing.
I'll second.
Larry, Dylan, Larry, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Evan, you were, don't have anything to add?
Well, that is.
Did you-
Looks like,
It looks like.
very complete. Drawing.
Thank you for providing.
There you have to.
Makes our job like.
Yeah, we don't have guests. That's what I was.
It's not on an,
Yeah.
and it looks like, I read over Rick's findings and, he has. He has also confirmed that we meet all the criteria, and so. So we have a choice. We can approve the plan without any conditions. We can approve the plan with conditions or deny. That's our choices.
I make a motion to approve case number PO 52003 without any conditions.
I'll support.
Okay, then I'll take a roll call.
Corey is absent. Larry,
Yes.
Tom,
Yes.
Delenn, yes, Norm,
Yes.
Michelle,
Yes.
and Tom, or John is absent. Motion passed.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Enjoy your stay.
No. Wrong minute, right?
No. I think it would be more of the sound. Usually for high.
We were hoping for it too. You missed.
See,
Larry.
I know.
Does he have to sign?
Yes, yes.
Okay,
I'll have you,
he'll have you
are you
guys.
signing or are you, who's gonna sign? You,
Just.
Okay.
Thanks.
Well done presentation.
That's right. Impressed.
Yeah. it's Rick.
thank you very much. Welcome to Alpena.
What's that?
Say Rick's report had
Yeah. it was
no negatives on it.
No. Okay. Do we
Unlike
have
the
to
last.
open this discussion?
Hmm?
Do we have to open this discussion? For this master plan survey? No, Mama.
Oh, Chris, I'll have you sign the.
One second.
Okay.
Thank you, guys.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, item 2. Discussion master plan survey, recreation plan survey.
Do we have to open that?
I guess I don't know if you want me to kind of go through and.
Sure,
go
yeah,
through,
yeah.
and then you guys can kind of. Whatever,
Sure,
changes you want to
sure.
make, so.
Can you come up to the podium so that
Yeah.
folks online?
Yeah.
So, the charge township of Alpena master plan survey, we'll just go through each question. Question 1, please indicate your property or property interest in the charter township of Alpena, please mark all reply. The options, I own a home in the township and reside in it, and own a home in Alpena township, that do not reside there. Legal cottage, and rent a home in Alpena township to someone else. I rent out my home in Alpena township to others. I own land in Alpena township, and business in Alpena township. I visit Alpena township for recreational purposes or other. And then how long have you owned the property? 0 to 2 years, 3 to 5 years, 6 to 10 years, 11 to 20 years, more than 20 years, or not like, or own the property.
Does she have to read on that?
You need to read the.
Yeah, I don't think you need to.
We won't torture you. I
Okay.
was gonna say that's gonna be too much.
To be real. I guess, wanna do any changes to question 3? Page by page and.
Yeah,
How do you want her to? proceed?
I'll just kind of speak up here. I've read through this a couple times and. I mean, it all seems very standard.
Yeah.
I
Very
didn't
much so.
see any difference.
I just have one question, and I've read through it several times too. I mean, I'm mostly interested in the regular part of it, but, is there some way to get some kind of feel? Because, what's happening in my neighborhood, and I don't know about anyone else, because their water, is that we have, I mean, you have this question, I rent my home, I can now from the township to others. But is there some way to zero in on the people who are trying to use it as an Airbnb or as a VRBO? Because it's becoming a problem, and I don't know what mechanisms to have it at the township to get a handle on it.
We're not really, I mean, honestly, that we require a ground program.
Then who responds when it's a big bonfire party in a residential area?
Our level of.
They don't respond. So
Her township supervisor.
somehow, if you're doing a master plan and you know you have a new problem cropping up, is there some part of this that could get some kind of appeal from the population or the property owners is, or what they're doing with?
Kind of regulate the amount of people there or some.
I don't know. I don't know.
So I guess that's kind of, the issue is real. I'm aware of that issue. But I don't know that it's a rec plan issue as much as it is, it's a master plan issue. And if I think that it would need to come to the township supervisor, which, I mean, you got his number. That then he takes it to the trustees and we look at that master plan, look again. As far as the police are concerned, especially the sheriff's department, I think that needs to be brought to the county too, you know, so if I mean, and again, it just applies to the master plan, absolutely.
But the master plan comes to the planning commission, so I beg to differ, it doesn't go to the supervisor first, I think it comes here, because this is where you start to resolve problems that you see coming up.
Right, and tonight's discussion is on the survey for the master plan, not actually making the changes to the master plan, so I think that you completing the survey and sharing your opinion on your survey is where we would then take those steps.
Okay, and there are.
Correct.
And I don't think we've addressed anything like that in the ordinance.
No, there is not. I looked it up
Okay.
because it has become a problem.
And it doesn't all this kind of snowball together at some point in time.
Yeah, I mean, that's what, I mean, this is kind of the first I've heard.
5 years ago, it wasn't, I don't think it was a real
No.
issue,
No,
but it's becoming a real issue, especially in our neighborhood. I don't know about.
Not in my neighborhood, but
But we have people buying a property who do not live here year round, and so they're buying it as an investment and renting it out. And that's fine and good. I don't have a problem with that. But the people who are renting these places are coming like in huge groups. And this is my campground. We live in a residential area, an R1 area.
Mhm.
We don't want big booze parties and fireworks in the morning.
Mhm.
So how do you, I know it involves law enforcement, but somehow.
yeah, there's got to be an ordinance done. But again, that's got to be part of the master plan that when it's
Right.
executed. Whereas this is the survey that we're kind of editing to
Yeah.
make sure that
But
we are.
question that could be worded, at this point in time shows that you need to pick up.
So it's a great question, and I think that you're good there. There's the development section where there's open comment available that I think that would be very useful. And I would even encourage your neighbors to make sure that they're completing this as well and sharing their opinion, because there is, part per comment.
Right.
I thought I read in here a couple times about if it was Airbnb rental stuff. Did I just glaze over that because I thought I was reading something?
So are you, you're taking note of that? Yes, because I mean, yeah. All right.
You're gonna check and see if there's a link to do this online.
There is an option to do it online and in a paper version. They have option.
We want to put in there like have quiet hour around the lakes after 11 o'clock. So, stuff like that, or that, it's like the background waterfront areas. Well, there's a lot of, depending on nowadays.
Fireworks season down there in Bishop and Country started already.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Now we have,
Okay.
There is a question, specifically, how much the problem are the following issues within the charter budget? Too many short-term vacation
Yep.
rentals, i.e.
That's where I thought I saw it. Yep.
et cetera. So you could do serious problems, somewhat of a problem. So that is a specific question. Not ordered. It would be on page 1.
It's where all the circles are, so, and it's 3/4 of the way down.
So that, and we've got people complaining about, people buy a lot on Lakeshore and, well, yeah. And I know Kevin's has a lot to do, so he can't keep up with all that stuff either, but
We'll try.
yeah.
I know.
And I think we have, no, we've got limits on that, but very hard to enforce, I bet.
Supposed to be 14 days. Supposed to be moved.
Just a different part of
That's,
uh-huh.
some names I know they make them pull off for like a day or two. Then they come back.
I know Chris.
Well, I know, because if you build a house, $500,000 house or whatever, but more than that maybe, and there's a vacant lot next to you and somebody owns that lot and they use it for, have their camper on there. I mean, that's hurting value of your property. And so I mean, I don't, and like you said, well, yeah, we can make them move them, but are you gonna be camping there, watch that? I mean. So I do, I understand what you're saying. Yes, I understand what you're saying.
No, it's not unique.
No.
address the problem. Because you don't want to come off being unfriendly. At the same time, your tax base doesn't want to have to deal with it either. So I think because it's a new and emerging problem, I think this is the time to try to get some information, try to get it defined or relative.
Because we want people to come here, stay here, spend money here, but that they're bringing, I mean, yeah,
Bringing the chaos too.
I mean, I have good friends who live on State Street, and believe me, on State Street, they have a problem through the whole summer. And I don't, it's not the township's problem, it's the city's problem, but I think you're wrestling with how do you deal with this? When you have one big house that 12 people rent, and then they all invite their friends, and it's just, it's a party, and I guess there's nothing wrong with that, except for
The city has a rental program,
they do.
but you only go there once every 3 years. I mean, then it's call your local police force. Call a DNR, call the fire department, hey, we got out of control for it. Either the people are gonna get sick of being rode up for it and sell the property,
I don't,
I
I don't know, I don't see that happening, there's one that we have in our neighborhood. The garbage, litter piles up, the seagulls have it all over everyone's yard. They live in Georgia, so. Would be an issue for them.
It will be if there's an ordinance.
I know.
Again, we need the suggestion for the master plan. Mhm.
When this goes out in the tax bill, what goes out? A sheet saying, if you want a printed copy of this, you go where? And if you want to respond electronically, you go where?
I would imagine that would be the case. I mean, it would have either option. I'm not super involved in this project, so I would have to double check. I would imagine there would be an option to get both within that.
Is that something you could find out for us? I'm just curious, is it, how simple is it gonna be?
The last survey, I don't remember what we did a survey, what we did a survey for last time, but it was an option. If you aren't computer literate, you go to the township and they will give you a hard copy. Yeah.
Which makes.
Or send you one. And probably if you called, they'd send you one. I mean, I'm assuming that would happen, but
I'll find out and have them back.
Taking it from somebody who tries to sell e-services quite often, the amount of people without access. I don't have the internet is. We need to get a hefty response from this, so we'll need to have every option available.
I'll find out. Any other updates to the master plan?
Looking at, going back to my point on the comment, I'm wondering if there's a larger section for comment.
I think there was a whole page.
Was there a whole
at the end.
page?
At the very end, I.
Oh, there we are. Yep. Oh, that's just a page.
Oh, yeah.
That's just a blank page.
I guess you could write it there.
so I'm.
Please use this.
Sure
space.
you will.
It's a little box, but I mean, the layout will be
Yeah.
Yeah,
obviously a little different.
I'm sure you would,
Yeah.
will encourage all your neighbors to do this and.
yeah.
Because this has to be a problem in all these communities along the lakes. I mean, it's got to be.
I think
I
that,
agree.
you know, we even get realtors involved because that's been a big issue with finding housing for folks. But yeah, I'm sure that this will have expanded layout options if it's a paper version as well.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I'll make sure, yeah, and I'm sure that if it's online, like that comment section, I'm sure you can
Oh, yeah,
type as much as you want, but yeah,
Yeah.
I'll make sure that that has enough space for comment.
perfect.
We need pretty much our own police force to.
No,
I mean, I don't think
the current police force that we have just needs more police
Well,
officers.
yeah, they don't have that.
They
many
don't
officers.
have enough
So I
staff.
don't think they have.
Well, they said they were fully staffed. Not too long ago.
Is that?
Not
enough?
too long
I mean,
ago,
but
they were,
is that
but
enough
they're
to-
also, they're fully staffed to run prisoners all over town,
No,
but
I
they're
mean,
working 12-hour shifts, 4
They
days a
said
week.
they had the road patrols back out and they
Yeah.
had a full staff of sheriff and
They
deputies.
one road patrol out on a 12-hour shift.
Well, you have a cottage on Long Lake or access to one. Do you have, is there a lot of this that happens there? Or are you the one that's got the bonfire?
Well, no comment.
Troublemaker, Larry.
No, we don't do fireworks anymore either. But are you on the east side?
She's in Bear Point.
Oh, Bear Point.
Yeah.
Ah. Okay. So you're not even. I'm thinking.
It's not even a recreational water
I'm
area.
thinking,
Well, but there's no beach, there's no,
Okay.
like, it's just that it's on the canal,
it's
essentially.
on the canal. Okay, I know where you're at then. No, I'm not in that area.
Well, yeah, I know. I'm just,
No,
I can,
but I would assume out at Long Lake, I know there's been resorts and that have had the same issues over the years, but the homeowner or the owners should be responsible for the amount of people there.
But this was a discussion that I had this past week with work coworkers that I felt like an idiot not knowing this, but why don't we have an ordinance on a residential in an R1 area that if there's a house purchased for Airbnb, like we could be making revenue off of that. on top of that. So again, sorry, you're here for the survey and we're kind of having an open discussion, but. Cause that's the only thing that but there's no Airbnb or rental permits is what I'm saying. There's no permitting, there's no ordinance about it, there's nothing.
We're gonna go police, we're gonna go check every time they rent it or they don't rent it.
Well,
But how are they getting
Well, you are,
insurance for this? You know, like, that's the other thing. I'm sure that there's checks and balances in place, and I'm very well aware of a staffing situation that's going to prevent, you know, a lot of policing of it. I mean, I'm not expecting you to drive around every house to make sure that.
Like she said, these people are from Georgia, they may have an insurance in Georgia.
Yeah,
Who's the responsible party when, you know, if I rent an Airbnb and I'm having a party? It's not the owner, right?
I do know through Airbnb, I don't know if I wonder if they have like insurance policies through that company.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff there.
But I do know they technically have rules within each like location, you can only have X number of people, but obviously. Like follow the
they can't count.
Yeah, you
Right.
can.
Well, and they can't, again, you can't regulate it unless you've got Sue Skibby as a neighbor. counting heads.
Well, and the police aren't gonna know how many people are supposed to be in that house just
Right.
by rolling up. So
But
that
the thing
makes
is
it
that
hard.
my house, we could turn into an Airbnb today without question, and
Right.
that. Seems like there should be some more checks and balances in there, and I would even think that. And it may not be up to the municipality, but I can't believe an insurance company,
All they need is a rider.
you
from
can't have a
there.
trampoline in your own house for your own kids without your insurance company having to be made
Right.
aware. Now I'm gonna allow,
But all they need is a rider from their homeowner,
Right. Well, it's
So,
probably like
yeah.
a rental.
all they need, eh?
policies.
pretty much. You'd be
Is
covered.
there a special rental policy? I don't think we have. special-
I don't know.
I don't,
I
there's,
don't think we do.
there's nothing in
Rentals,
here,
It's just homeowners.
but I'm saying for the people that are
It's
renting.
non-owner occupied though, and
Yep.
that makes a difference.
Yep.
That makes you know, from a financing perspective, that makes a difference.
Yeah, your insurance.
But I don't
is
know
higher.
if the insurance is aware of that, if it's a cash deal, they don't know if it's not owner occupied, if there's no,
They
you know
make
what
you,
I'm saying?
yeah, they make you put it in there, but yeah.
I mean, I haven't bought insurance on a non-owner occupied policy ever, but. Well, anyway, good discussion.
Wow.
Did you work at the credit union? I thought so.
For a brief period of time.
Yeah. Anything that you guys are seeing though, to be added to the questionnaire? I think it's very thorough,
Mhm.
very thorough.
Anything else?
I have no additions to.
Recreation.
I thought the whole thing was.
I just looked at, I was being general on the whole thing.
Yeah.
So,
I never knew we had this much stuff available. Wow.
Good, probably.
well, we'll be the first ones to complain when something doesn't work and we'll say, we can't even have anything
Yeah.
nice in this.
Yeah.
So we
Well, lots of options, but it's more than just the Carter County. It's like 1, 2, 3. Different municipalities.
I'm good.
Are we good? I make a motion to adjourn.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I support that motion.
Thank
All
you.
in favor? Aye.
Bye.
Opposed
I just-
or adjourned?